the Opster is not happy with Ron Bennington, and it seems Bennington will be destroyed by Opie. Not really, but once again, a passive-aggressive shot by Opie that will be followed up with a bunch of backpedaling. So I'm going to go through this little thing Opie said about Ronnie B on Twitter and give you my thoughts on it. So My Cool tweets at Opie, at Carl Ruiz, yo Carl, you got a shout out on the Bennington show today. Ronnie said that their show needs some help Ruizing tomorrow. Ruizing, first of all. Ugh. Stop. No, I don't want the Ruizing hashtag to be a thing. What's Ruizing? Is that when you get divorced and have to give up your restaurant? Is that when you wake up at 8 in the morning and start drinking all day because you hate your life? What's Ruizing? Throwing away your marriage to bang Miss Chipperson? What is it? I don't know what it is. Ruizing, come on. It's Ruizing. Being a Cuban but looking like a Jew? I don't know. So I guess Ron Bennington said Ruizing. Tomorrow, but he had to respect other shows and not steal their guest. He didn't mention the Opie podcast by name, though. So basically, I'm hearing from this, Ron Bennington wanted to have the Mad Cuban on as a guest. And Opie puts, rookie move by Bennington show. Didn't mention my podcast by name. Ridiculous. Oh, he was pissed when he said that. He was mad. He took off the training bra, put on the sports bra. He's getting his tits ready to battle Ronnie B with that kind of statement right there. But so he says that. Then I think the backpedaling starts soon after this. And and then this guy goes, you used to prop him up quite a bit on your old show. Confused. Then Opie goes, I have no problem with Bennington. Just weird. He wouldn't mention my podcast by name when talking about it. It's not weird. Let me clue you in on something, Opie. Ron Bennington doesn't like you. As evidenced as he will go on everyone else's show but your show. The guy legitimately does not like you. And I think that's obvious for everyone to tell. I didn't literally. In fact, he's sort of taking shots at you. Not big shots, mainly jokes, but, he's taking them. Then this guy puts, oops, I honestly didn't mean to be a troll. I thought everything was cool with you and Ronnie. I was actually hoping that Carl might go on their show to cook and promote the podcast, since I'm a fan of both shows. Loving the podcast, Opie. Great mix of shows and getting better. So Bennington was inviting the Mad Cuban. Didn't invite Opie, though. And Opie goes, no worries. I have no problem with Ronnie from Bennington show. It would have been nice to get a plug for my podcast. That's all. Opie, shut up, Opie. Like I just said, Ronnie B doesn't like you. I mean, it's fairly obvious. He just invited your boy on and not you. So, and then Will said, honestly, I think Carl was the one making the situation awkward. I mean, Earl. Black Earl. Then Opie said, considering me and Sirius XM put our differences behind us, it clearly is possible. Ooh. And then this guy puts, Ron, go on Opie's pod and settle it like men. Opie, there's no issue with Ron Bennington. I'd podcast with him tomorrow. Yeah, you would. He doesn't like you. How many times am I going to say it's stupid? I know you can't hear me, right? Well, I know you're watching the video right now. But get it through your mind, Opie. Ron Bennington hates you. He never liked you. Everyone hated you. Nobody liked you. Seriously. seriously, like, I'll defend Opie from time to time, but let's not kid ourselves. There's a reason why everybody who worked with him hates him. Now, I get it. Someone's going to be the boss. And if Opie was smarter, he would have structured his show like Stern. Whereas I guarantee you, everyone who works with Stern hates Stern as well, as evidenced by everyone who ever got fired from the Stern show. I bet if you could get Robin and Fred's real thoughts on the man Howard Stern, they would hate his guts. But Howard Stern structured the show in a way to where they can't run their mouths or they will get fired or kicked from the show. Opie just said, hey, we're all equals, and, well, not all equals, but, like, split the show with Anthony. Like, if Opie had, when he hired Anthony, didn't call it Opie and Anthony, but just called it Opie Radio or the Opie Show, and Anthony was just a guy on that show, Anthony would never get out of pocket with Opie. But Opie never established that, so everyone can vent their frustration, and nobody likes Opie, including Ron Bennington. So, once again, Ron Bennington doesn't like you. Now, I'm not saying you should like him either, but just call a spade a spade. And then, Opie, he said this new live streaming, chilling in the chat thing, it's annoying by Opie. He goes on here. He says something else. What else do you say, stupid? Oh, you and your stupid sunrises. But yeah, I mean, Bennington doesn't like him. Fez doesn't like him. Nobody likes him. I mean, that's the number one complaint. That's what, like, Jimmy will say. It's like, haven't you realized nobody likes you? Like, get over it. Like, and like, I've always defended Opie about his worth to the show, but I've never defended his crappy attitude towards people. Like, I always believe those stories. Like, I know Opie tells the stories about Jimmy spitting on the floor or getting mad, but remember, they got their own stories about Opie, too, about snapping at people, literally snapping his fingers at the intern. And it is a good point that nobody who used to work on the show likes Opie. So, I mean, Opie, titties, no one likes you. It's coming up, right? Oh, yeah, right here. And then this guy, Justin, says, does the Opster have beef with Ronnie B? I was not aware. Then Opie said, if people cared to take the time to read my tweets, they would see I have no beef with Ron Bennington at Bennington Show. But why do that? Because you came off a bit bitchy when you said you should have promoted my podcast by name. First of all, everyone who listens to Ron Bennington knows who you are, Opie. But that's also beside the point. Once again, he doesn't like you. And that's the thing the biggest disappointment from all these tweets I just read. Stop being a pussy and just go in on him. I mean, my God. We need to get Opie drunk again and do another Bread the Man podcast where he just went in on, like, Jimmy and Anthony. Go in on Ron Bennington. Bring up the fact that, imagine if it was O&A and it was Jocktober and they found out a radio guy was doing a show with his daughter. I mean, Opie could go in on Ronnie if he so chose to. But, I don't know. Like, that's my biggest complaint. Don't come here. Don't say something and then kind of backpedal and be the aw shucks kind of guy. I don't got no problem. You do have a problem. As you should. I mean, let's also keep it real. I mean, in the context of what Opie was talking about, yeah, that's kind of, Ron Bennington says, #Ruizing. I wish we can get him on the show. Doesn't invite Opie, nor does refuses to say Opie's podcast. It's because he doesn't like you, Opie. But that's what it is. And if I was Opie, I'd be like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. I see how it is. I mean, imagine you do a show with someone and then, like, another show just invites that other person on and not you. I guess it would be like that. But, so Opie backpedaling, but was initially not too happy with Ron Bennington there.